Welcome everybody to my newest Let's Play, The Sword of Hope, for the Nintendo Game Boy, released in 1990 by Kemco Seika, who's more known for point-and-click adventure games. We'll talk about them a little later. Here's the legend of one chosen by destiny, who must destroy a looming darkness, returning the light of a kingdom. There was a brave king who ruled the peaceful country of Rickhar, who one day became overwhelmed by an evil dragon. The dragon had once been bound by the hex of a sword thrust into the heart of his likeness, but the beast was able to instill strong visions of wisdom and power in the king, which brought forth the hidden evil in his heart. The dragon soon had complete control of him. The possessed king was then urged to remove the sword from the ancient painting, and when he did, darkness spilled over the land. The country declined greatly as fear in its people increased. The dragon summoned the evil power Mammon and commanded that he turn the people into trees. It was truly dark across the land, but there was a ray of light, the birth of Prince Theo. The king grew very angry at the prince, for on his left arm was a birthmark shaped like a dagger. This omen made the king rage, until one day he drew his sword with the intent to bring it down on the prince. A brave knight named Pascal was astonished and risked his own life to rescue Prince Theo. Pascal then fled with the prince to the forest. For fortunately there were three powerful magicians who, to prevent the evil from spreading, concealed the king in his castle underground. One of the magicians had retrieved the Sword of Hope, which had been pulled from the painting then. Three magicians secured themselves behind locked gates. Time has passed. The tide is turning. Now a truly important mission awaits you. So there's a lot of grammar mistakes there, but yeah, it's an old game, so. Theo, you are big enough to live on your own. In truth, I've kept something from you. Listen well. The darkness rules this country. This old man is Pascal, the knight who rescued us, and changed his people into trees. Only one of royal blood can save the king from the darkness. Only you. One of the three magicians has the Sword of Hope. Using it, you can destroy the darkness. They locked the gates of their own land strongly, and attempted to send the keys to you by pigeon. They were intercepted by helpers of the darkness, so that you may fail. Theo, the travel may be hard, but at any risk, go find the Sword of Hope. If tired, visit Shaman using the magic teleport. It's often said his crystal ball tells truth, and that gives you a password. You can listen to the message and rest well. Now get ready for your travel. Good luck. You wear a copper sword and probite sword. Bring white wheat, herb, and a magic book with you. Now you may travel. This is the map of the first area we're going to be in, the forest. So we're in the start area there. We move to the right or go south. Power shows us the weapons we have equipped. Dexterity, that is how much damage you deal. Stamina is your defense. Agility affects how much damage your magic inflicts. And we only have the magic teleport spell that can take us to a shaman. We have wheat, an herb, and a magic text. Magic text is our book of magic. We only have the teleport spell, but we'll get more as we go on. I haven't read the book of magic yet, book of battle yet, but we'll get there. And like I was saying, this Kemco Seika is more known for its point-and-click adventure games like Shadowgate, Deja Vu, Uninvited. I will be playing them eventually. But I thought, I play a lot of RPGs, and this is a good segue, so I'll play these RPGs, and then they'll segue into the Kemco Seika games. So I also got the updated Shadowgate version. I'll have to play that for the PC. So most of the time, You know, to interact with things, you have different commands. You can do some weird things like you can hit people you run into. You can try to open them. You know, of course, they get weird dialogue. But of course, the open will be important for stuff like doors. For like maybe you find like a well, treasure chest you have to open. But I'm going to be trying to show off like all the different dialogues. So this room will be important later on in the game, but for now we can't do anything in it. You can just try to hit things and stuff, but nothing happening. Now we'll lead out to the forest. Like I said, I like these games. A lot of times you get some really good flavor text. You know, being an early edition Game Boy game, there's not a lot of very descriptive stuff in this one, but you know, there's some bad, like I said, we saw a lot of misspellings and grammar issues in the prologue there, but still it's always fun, you know, being a reader or a writer, you know, to look at the effort that, you know, people put in. So remember, we were told that the trees are actually people. They've been turned into trees by the king's evil magic that the dragon gave him. So a lot of the clues that we're going to get are going to come from looking around and then talking to the trees. Because yeah, I see when you look at something, it brings up a menu, and that's how you can interact with things. So if you try to hit the trees, but nothing happens, we don't want to do it because we know that they're people. So this right here is the shaman's door, house. Remember, we were told the shaman saves our game. Well, he doesn't really save our game. It's different. And the shaman has a crystal ball, and the crystal ball gives us a password. So, look inside the room, and we can... The shaman's, I guess, a dirty guy. He smells. He can also, basically heal you as well. So the healing is basically your level times 2 plus your level plus 4. So for us, we're level 1 plus 4 is 5 gold. So as we go up, it'll increase. Your level also will increase the prices of different goods you can buy. The main goods you're going to be basically buying in this game are barley, wheat, and herbs. Wheat restores some hit points. Barley also restores some hit points, a little less than the wheat. And herbs restore your magic points. But we don't have any spells yet. So we're just going to move around. Moth and a skeleton. Right now, moths and skeletons are the only enemies you can run into in this. Well, not really. There's a boss monster, but the main monster we're going to be fighting in here are moths and skeletons. Moths, I guess, can be a little bit more deadly because they have a special attack. They're easier. They have less hit points. But like I said, they have that special ability, a poison, that can cause some negative stat effects on your characters. So one of the interesting things is, see, we have that little black dot over there on the side. If we see a black dot in the direction of that we can move, that means there's an enemy over there. So every time you do an action in the screen that you're in, if there's a black dot on the side, there's a chance that the enemy will come into the room to fight you. You auto-engage it. And there's a moth special attack, Poison Powder. That decreases our agility, stamina, dexterity, and hit points. So right now we're going to do less damage with our magic. Not that we have any magic. We'll also do less damage with our attack. We'll lose some hit points, and we'll take more damage because we're poisoned. But the poison dissipates after battle. We got another monster over there. Now if we move over in that way, we force the encounter. So we just take turns smacking the moths. And like I said, the main minis in here are going to be skeletons and moths. And they will actually fight each other. You can sometimes get into battles with multiple enemies, and some enemies will fight each other. So like, I guess skeletons and moths don't like each other. We saw that in one of the flavor texts earlier, where it said like, you see skeletons and moths fighting each other far away. We're going to be doing grinding later on. Of course, it's an old RPG, so you're going to have to do some grinding. When you do grinding, you basically want to do it around this area here in the forest, because some of the other areas that we're going to go to, when you enter them, we will get flavor text. Yeah, don't hit the grass, because I guess they literally mean it's a blade of grass, because you hurt your hand when you try to hit the grass. Yeah, certain places in this forest we're going to see there will be locked gates. And when we enter those areas, we get some flavor text. It basically tells us what the thing is. And those gates are the gates that we talked about, that the game talked about at the beginning, where they said the 3 magicians basically seal themselves in their own little realm. And we have to visit all 3 of those magicians to get some MacGuffins and eventually find the Sword of Hope. One of the magicians has the Sword of Hope. But there's other people we can interact with beyond these trees here that we're talking to. And one of them is over there to the left. They spelled epidemic wrong there. O instead of a D. This guy lets us know about some honorable knight. Have to visit his grave later in the game. So yeah, game's telling you some stuff you gotta do. So you see we got gold experience. If you look at the power, it tells you how much experience you need to gain to the next level. On that power commander to the bottom right. Gold nuggets mixed with gravel, but unfortunately we can't steal any of that gold. Now gold, we can get a max of 255. We'll be spending some gold in a little bit when we get enough. Right now we want to try to save up for 50 gold, because right here is a shop. Yeah. A lot of things for sale. We'll buy them all. How about you? We're gonna buy some stuff. Mistress. It's a weird thing to call her. Normally it has a negative connotation to it. Should just call her a maiden. But now you can do stuff dumb, like hit the mistress. And if you do, she hits you back. And she gets angry. And normally if you hit somebody, they're going to be angry and do something to you. But luckily they have bad memory. So this lady, even though we hit her and she hits us for 1 damage, when we leave, she'll be happy to see us again. We hit the shaman earlier, and he didn't care. He said, I'm not going to pray for you and help you anymore, but he'll help us. It's a good thing that like I said, the people forget easily, because this lady, we obviously has forgotten that we hit her, and she's going to help us out. She's going to give us this scroll behind her. And it's going to give us a new spell that we're going to use a little later in the game. So as you can see, we got a new area to move to. Something strange about that wall. Not just a wall. I can tell you something strange about chests. And sometimes chests are mimic enemies. We saw that from the Dragon Quest games, where they basically are enemies that will attack you. Chests that aren't mimic, though, if you hit them, you actually gain 3 hit points back. So yeah, it feels good to hit chests. So as long as it's not a mimic, you don't have to hit it. Some enemies that don't attack you right away, if you hit them, it'll engage an encounter with them. So don't go around hitting enemies if you don't want to get into a fight. That's really important, because we're going to have a boss monster coming up here, and we are not strong enough to fight it. So yeah, when we go into different locations, this is the domain of Shabo. Shabo of Courage, Camus of Love, and the Motel of Wisdom. And remember the game said that they locked themselves behind doors? We're going to have to find keys. We don't have keys because, remember, they were sent to us by Pigeon, but they were intercepted by evil creatures. So basically we gotta find a key. Luckily the game labels the keys, so key M is for Martel, key C is for Camus, key S is for Shabo. So you know exactly when you find a key, which domain it's gonna open. And hey, we gained a level there, we find enough enemies, and we learned our first offensive spell, Fireball. Here we have Camus' domain. But once again, it's locked. We can't open the door. It's securely locked. Ooh, we've got a bunch of enemies here. And hey, we got a multi-battle here. So some of the skeletons actually be fighting the moths. So that skeleton's gonna help us out here, and he actually takes out the moth for us. Thanks, buddy. Skeletons, a little stronger than moths, but they don't have any special attacks. And you can gain a little bit more experience and gold off of them. We see enemies, moths will try to engage them. I'm going to be doing a lot of the grinding off screen. We want to get to level 4 to get the Fireball 2 spell. We've got the Fireball 1 spell at level 2. The problem with the Fireball 1 spell is, when you cast it, there's a chance, I think it's 50-50, that it either hits the enemy or it hits you, so it's a real gamble. So basically, it's a really bad spell to use. So don't really, whatchamacallit, ever use that spell. I will use it to show it off. But here we have a square and a tree. We heard from some other thing that there was a treant in here. And that is the treant. That's the first boss of the game. If you hit it, it'll attack you. It is weak to fire, so you think, oh, maybe I'll hit it with my Fireball spell. But like I said, the first Fireball spell, Fireball 1, it can potentially hit you. So we're going to wait until we get to level 4. That'll help us, like I said, it'll give us a Fireball 2 spell, which doesn't have a chance to hit you. It'll always hit the enemy. And it'll also allow us to gain a lot of gold. Because we want to get, like I said, up to 50 gold. Because we go back to that shop where the mistress was. Here, I'll cast a Fireball spell. And see, just then the Fireball appears and flies at Theo. Oh, it goes for 5 points. Ouch. One of the things that the mistress sells is she sells silver armor. So our first armor upgrade, that costs 50 gold, so you want to buy that. So what should I say, gonna farm for the gold? Over to the left there is Martel's domain. Right there. So here's the shaman. We talk with him. Ouch. What did you do to me? I'll pray for you no more in these matters. But he'll pray for us because we talk with him and we can pay him money to, like I said, heal us. Let's look at the shaman. He goes, I'll pray to your trigger power. 6 gold. So it's your level plus 4. So our health is restored, and that'll be good because, like I said, we gotta get to level 4. And I'll be doing that grinding off screen. So take care. I'll see you in the next episode at level 4. Bye.